exercises we'll work on the mat, and we'll start in 4-point kneels, like a crawling position. So if you just bring yourself down so that your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, you're in like a 90-90 position, hips and shoulders. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and lengthen the back of your neck, which means just gently tucking your chin back and looking between your hands. Your feet are just relaxed on the mat. And we're going to start with tipping or tilting into your low back. So you end up sticking your tailbone out behind you. So you deepen the curve in your low back, and then you can start looking forward. And when you can't go any further there, have a breath. And then on your out breath, you reverse it. So you start making more of a hump shape of your back. You tuck your tailbone between your legs, and you can look between your thighs. And when you can't create any more of a curve in that direction, have a breath in. And then reverse it again as you're breathing out. So we'll do this a few times here. Take your time just feeling your spine moving between the two ends of range. Lovely. Then we'll bring it back to the mid position, so halfway between those. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears again. You're looking down between your hands. This time what we're going to do is take one hand off the mat. So try and stay level across the back of your pelvis, everything else stays still. And we're going to pass that free hand underneath the other one to twist the back. You still stay level across the back of your pelvis. And then you can open it up to the ceiling if you can reach. Pass it through again. And then up towards the ceiling. Go a couple more times with this arm. And then pop it back so you can do the other side. Settle into your mid position, free up that hand, pass it through. Lift it up. And then rest it back down. And have a sit back to your heels. So your bottom goes onto your heels, you stretch your arms forward to open up your shoulders. And then to deepen that stretch, if you like that stretch but you want to deepen it, put your big toes together, your knees apart, bottom back down onto your heels, and see if you can sink your chest down lower. So sink your breastbone as if you're trying to rest that down on the mat. Sink it as low as you can, stretch your upper back as much as you can, and then rest your head. Alright, you can stay as long as you like, you can come to that position any time you like. But for now we're going to take it down onto our tummies. So you need something to rest your forehead on, so that you can still breathe and you don't crush your nose. And you can bring your arms down alongside your body. Just let your shoulders drop forward, just naturally with gravity, just let them drop. Check you've got length in the back of your neck by gently tucking your chin as if you're holding a soft peach underneath your chin. Also lengthen your lower back, like you're tucking your tail between your legs. And from this position we'll have a breath in. As you let the breath out, open up the fronts of your shoulders, like you're widening the fronts of them, and your shoulder blades are coming towards each other and down your back, and then you lift your arms off the mat. Just have a breath where you hold the weight of your arms up, and then lower them back down. Again, open up, shoulder blades leading the way, and then lift the weight of your arms and hold them. And lower. Do a couple more like this. This is the level 1 version of this exercise. And I'll show you an option to progress it in a minute. Breathing out, opening up the shoulders, lifting the weight of the arms and holding them. And then rest them. Then you can bring your arms to sort of frame your head so they rest lightly on the mat or the floor. Draw your shoulder tops away from your ears again. Check you've still got that peach held under your chin. This time as you breathe out, you're going to lift your forehead up off the mat. Leave your arms where they are, but they're very light, they're not pushing you up. You're trying to lift from your upper back. Breathe in while you hold it. And then lower. So your tailbone stays gently tucked between your legs so your lower back is long. And when you lift your head, you're not lifting from your neck. Keep that peach held under your chin. Keep your arms really light, so that you feel like you're using the muscles of your upper back to do that lift. Shoulder blades stay down in your pockets at the back there. Shoulder tops away from your ears. Last one like this. And then we're going to combine the two. So the arms come back down alongside you. Start with the shoulders just dropped forward. Have a breath and then open up those shoulder fronts. Hover the arms and hover your head. And hold everything for a breath in. And then lower everything like that. So our breath, keeping the lower back long, open up your shoulder fronts, shoulder tops away from your ears, lifting your arms, lifting your head, hold everything up. One last one. And then rest. Good. So we'll take it now over onto our backs. You can keep working with the head support. This time it's behind your head. Bring yourself down to lying, but with your feet flat on the mat, with your hips and your knees are bent. Feet are hip width distance. Have a little tip and a tilt of your pelvis, so it's good to find your mid position where you feel like you've got a bit of space behind your low back and your belly button and your pubic bone are about level with each other. Feel for your shoulder blades, wriggle them down your back. Start with the shoulder fronts nice and open. And we'll lift the arms up until the hands are pointing at the ceiling. Have a breath there while you're thinking about the connection your ribs have with your pelvis at the front. So we want to keep that connection strong. Breath in. And then breath out, allow your arms to come overhead. So while you keep your ribs connected to your pelvis, use all your shoulder joint movement. And then bring your arms around and back up. So out breath overhead. In breath back around. Always keeping the ribcage connected in that small space behind your low back consistent. One more. And then rest your arms down. We'll take the head support away. We'll do some shoulder bridges next. Keep your low back position, but bring your heels closer to your bottom a little bit. On your next out breath, tip back. Contact your low back with the mat. So you've tipped your pelvis back. You've got no space there, so you can start peeling your spine up and away from the mat until you're resting on your shoulder blades. And you're using your bottom muscles to hold your hips high. You're getting a nice stretch down the fronts of your hips. And then you peel your way back down again. So going again from neutral. Breath in. Breath out, tip back. Peel your tailbone off, and then each vertebrae one by one, peeling it up and away from the mat. Till you're resting on your shoulder blades, arms are nice and light. Shoulders are nice and open, soft upper body. And then drop your breastbone and replace each vertebrae one by one. Back to neutral. So we can carry on with that, but let's combine it with the arms. So you have your hands pointing up at the ceiling for your breath in. Breath out, tip back, peel up. And when you get to the top, you can take your arms overhead. Hand around and peel your way back down. Don't worry too much about what's happening with your breath when you start adding more moves. Just make sure you're never holding on to your breath. Try and let it flow. And for the last one, when you get up to the top, let's just open the shoulders out. So you're up at the top there, lifting with your glutes, using your bottom muscles to keep your hips high. Pressure's on your heels, and your shoulders are just nice and open to stretch while you're resting on your upper back, having a couple of breaths. Getting a nice chest opening. And then you can peel your spine back to the mat. And back to neutral.